right, first it was sugar, now it's salt. New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg is now targeting salt in frozen foods and soup. The proposal is based on research that says too much salt increases the risk for stroke and heart attack. And to drum up support, New York is putting up ads like this one. Is this just another case of the government overstepping its role? For a fair and balanced debate, we're joined by Lori Roman, the president of Salt Institute, and Sharon Richter, a certified nutritionist. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Okay,
Good morning.
Sharon, I want to start with you. These anti-soup ads will be on subway posters for the next 2 months. The campaign costs $370,000, most of it from the federal government. Is that the best use of taxpayer money?
I think it is. I think it's very, very significant to be educating our population on the significance of salt. Many people don't realize how important it is cutting out salt in our diets. Really start paying attention to packaging. Many people have no idea how important it is, how risky it is for us.
Okay, the ads say that too much sodium can lead to heart attack and stroke. Lori, that's obviously a public health concern. Do you agree with Sharon?
Well, it's true that there's a small percentage of the population that should, under a doctor's care, should monitor their salt intake, but it's very dangerous for bureaucrats to vilify what is an essential nutrient. You need it to live, and it's very dangerous for them to put Americans on a one-size-fits-all low-sodium diet, because there are serious side effects to low-sodium diets that they never mention, including, ironically, an increase in the level of heart attacks for cardiac patients put on low-sodium diets, which was a study put out through the Albert Einstein School of Medicine right there in New York City. And a recent study in the last couple of weeks showed that healthy people put on a low-salt diet developed insulin resistance within just 7 days, and that's a precursor to diabetes. So there are some serious side effects. It's not for everyone, and when you have a bureaucracy putting everyone on the same diet, it just doesn't make sense.
Sharon, your response?
The majority of the population really is affected by the salt intake that we're intaking right now. And I think that majority of people really don't have any idea the amount of salt that they're intaking.
But Sharon, I just want to interrupt you for a second, because isn't that your job as a nutritionist? Some would say you should be educating people, and the federal government and the city government should be butting out of it.
I think that the problem is that most people don't even realize that the amount of salt that they're intaking, and they don't even have any idea how to even read a food label. And I think that just the awareness that they should start paying attention to the foods that they're intaking and really start paying attention to foods and start looking at packaging, and that the significance of salt. I think salt's something that no one even thought about. Everyone was only concerned about fat and calories originally.
Sure, so you're just suggesting a heightened awareness. Lori, last word.
Well, the government's behind the times on this. The new science that has come out really shows that they're wrong. In fact, just a few weeks ago, Harvard scholars came out with a study that showed that although hypertension's been rising in the United States, sodium intake has stayed almost exactly the same for 40 years, which indicates that salt is not the culprit here. It indicates that probably obesity is a better place to look. But the government's not keeping up with the science on salt, and unfortunately, they're really behind the times.
Lori Roman, Sharon Richter, thanks so much for coming in for the debate.
Thank you.